Dear students, today we are going to study principles of modern management. Plus 2 commerce subject, principles of modern management. The father of modern management is the father of modern management. The the father of modern management is Mr. Henry Fayol. The father of modern management is Mr. Henry Fayol. He gives 14 principles. 14 principles of modern management. Out of this 14 principles, we will study just 5 principles of important 5 principles of modern management. I am going to explain 5 principles of modern management. Once again repeat. The father of modern management is Mr. Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol gives 14 principles of modern management. Out of these 14 principles, I am going to explain 5 important principles of modern management. Before studying the principle, we just study the 5 headings one by one. After that, you have to explain at least 3 sentences in each and every point. Point number 1, division of work. Division of work. Point number 2, division of work. Point number 2, authority and responsibility. Point number 3, discipline. Point number 4, unity of command. Point number 5, unity of direction. Mr. Henry Fayol gave 14 principles. Out of that 14 principles, we are going to study the 5 important principles. Division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, and unity of direction. This authority and responsibility already we studied in the 2 more question. We studied the term authority. Here we study one more sentences relating to responsibility. So anyway, we have to study these 5 points one by one. This question is very, very important in the examination point of view. So, principles of modern management. Henry Fayol, who is called as a father of modern management, he gave 14 principles. Out of 14 principles, we are going to study about 5 important principles of modern management. Point number 1, division of work. Point number 1, division of work. The whole work is divided. The whole work is divided into small tasks, small unit. The whole work is divided into small tasks, and the small work is given to the suitable person. The work is allotted according to their experience and according to their talents. The work is allotted to the suitable person. So, when the work is divided, it creates speciality and increase the efficiency of the worker. This is the first point. Division of work. In the organization has many work. There are different varieties of work. All the work should be divided into small units, small tasks, division of work. all the work or whole work is divided into small units, and the divided work is allotted to the suitable person. A work is, the particular work is do again and again, the person will become specialty in that field. So division of work creates specialty and increase the efficiency of the worker. Once again I explain, division of work is the first principles of modern management. The whole work is divided into small tasks. It creates specialty and increase the efficiency of the worker. The entire work is divided, and the divided work is allotted to the suitable person. When the work is divided and allotted to the suitable person, it creates specialty and increase the efficiency of the worker. Then point number 2, authority and responsibility. Authority, already we studied. Point number 2, authority and responsibility. Here we study two terms, superior, number 2, subordinate. Superior, authority means the right of superior to give order to their subordinate. Superiors, the right of order given to the subordinate. The right of order issued to the subordinate is called as authority. Responsibility means obligation for performance. Obligation for performance is called the subordinate. Then authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility is the second important principle of modern management. In the authority and responsibility point, in the organization, there are two categories of people. Number 1 is superior and number 2 is subordinate. The right of the superior to give order to the subordinate is called as authority. Authority means the right of order issued by the superior to the subordinate is called as authority. Responsibility means the subordinate has obligation for the performance is called as responsibility. The right of order issued by the superior is called as an authority. The subordinate must obey that order is called as a responsibility. Then point number 2 is completed. Then point number 3, discipline. Point number 3, discipline. Discipline is the third important principle of modern management. Discipline means obedience. Discipline means obedience or proper conduct in relation to others. Proper conduct in relation to others. The discipline is very, very essential for the smooth functioning of an organization. For the smooth functioning of the organization, discipline is very, very important. Once again I explain, discipline means obedience or proper conduct in relation to others. It is essential. Discipline is very, very important or very necessary for the smooth functioning of an organization. Very, very simple point. Discipline means obedience or proper conduct in relation to others. Discipline is essential for the smooth functioning of the organization. Third point, once again I explain, discipline. Discipline is the third principle of modern management. Discipline means obedience. proper conduct in relation to others. Discipline is essential for the smooth functioning of the organization. Then, point number 4, unity of command. Point number 4, unity of command. What is in a command? Commands mean order. The order must be issued by a superior, or in other words, the subordinate should receive order from only one boss. Dual subordination should be avoided. Only 2 points. Unity of command. Command means order. The employees should receive order from only one employer or only one boss. Dual subordination should be avoided. If an order is issued more than one superior, it creates confusion. The employees are confused and conflict. Confusion and conflicts may be arised if the order is issued more than one boss. Once again, I explain the point number 4. Command, unity of command. Command means order. Order must be received from only one boss. Command means order. Order must be received from only one boss. That means there are the employer and the employee. The employer has the right to give an order. The employees must obey that order. So order must be issued by only one employer. If the subordinates are working more than one employee, so he received 2 orders, he are not able to manage the organization. So order must be received from only one boss. Dual subordination should be avoided. If an employee received more than one boss, it creates confusion and conflicts. Once again, I explain point number 4. Fourth, the principle of model management is unity of command. Command means order. Order must be received from only one boss. Dual subordination should be avoided. If an employee received order from more than one employer, it creates confusion and conflicts. Then one more point, unity of direction. Unity of direction. In the organization, all related activities are under one head and one plan. That is the important point. In the organization, all the related activities should be put under one head and one plan. So, one head and one plan. All the related activities in the organization should be put under one head and one plan. They should be under the control of one manager. One manager. Entire organization is under the control of one manager. Then, once again explain, unity of direction. Unity of direction is the 5th point. Unity of direction. All the related activities should be put under one head and one plan. That means, in the organization, there are different categories of work and different categories of activities. All the activities should put under one head and one plan. All the activities are under the direction of one manager. These are the 5 important principles of model management. In our textbook, 14 principles are given. Each and every point is having this essay question. Each and every point is having 1 mark. So, try to study the textbook. You never use the guide. You are always use the in the examination at the time of valuing the paper, the textbook answers are preferred. So if you get full mark, you should follow the textbook. Once again, I explain the 5 points. I just explained the first 5 headings. Point number 1, division of work. Point number 2, authority and responsibility. Point number 3, discipline. Point number 4, unity of command. Point number 5, unity of direction. So, division of work. The organization has many work, all the work is divided and the divided work is given to the suitable person. So, it creates speciality and efficiency of the worker. Authority and responsibility. There are 2 categories of people, superior and subordinate. Superior has the right to issue order to the subordinate is called as authority. Responsibility means obligation for the performance. The subordinate must obey the order of the superior. Discipline. Discipline means obedience or proper conduct in relation to others. Respect authority, etc. It is essential for the smooth functioning of an organization. Unity of command. Commands means order. Order should be received from only one boss. So, if there is more than one employer, if more than one employer issued an order, it creates confusion and conflicts. Unity of direction. All the related activities in the organization should be put under one head and one plan. So, entire organization is under the control of one manager. So, dear students, very important question. Already we studied 5 short answers. That means 2 more questions studied, 1 word question studied. This is a essay question. Then next class we will study the 3 mark question. 2 or 3 marks question. We will study in the next class. Today I want to finish the class now. God bless you all.